Boom. All right. I want to just say, you talked me out of the national champs last time we chatted. If you don't remember, I told you, man. I think Florida can get it, man. Florida, what? Man, Florida ain't do it, man. They ain't there. I said, bro, Florida, but I was like, and I let you do it, and I should. That's on me. I should have stood my ground, but I said, all right, Auburn. That was my original pick, so let me just stick with my original picks because I picked UConn as well, which was my original pick. So I was like, let me just stick with my original picks. So I'm gonna stick with my original picks. But I said, everybody can go back and I said, bro, Florida could win this. Florida could win this, and daggone it, if you don't look at it, Florida win. Like, I be telling y'all, man. I be knowing what I'm talking about, man. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. You know what I mean?
They won, but. I ain't gonna take nothing away from them. They won. They the champs. And I told you, UConn Huskies what Paige is gonna do, man. It was not Paige. I'm gonna be real. You talking about what Paige gonna do?
Yes. She led the way.
No, Ozzie Fudd and Sarah Strong.
Ozzie Fudd, yes, they got off because they was running 2-3 people running that Paige. What are you talking about? Everybody get open shots.
No,
everybody get open shots. When I'm busting everybody in the tournament for 30, 40, and everybody running double teams at me, yes, everybody else get open shots. And I love AZ Fudd. Like AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong, I love them. Like, first of all, I picked UConn from the beginning, so I ain't got to defend my stance against UConn. I said from the rip, UConn was gonna win, so I ain't defending my stance because I rock with them girls. I said from the rip that they was gonna win.
I mean,
from the rip.
I'm not saying nothing about UConn, but you can't just go out here and Paige
got them there. What are you talking about?
She didn't even get the most outstanding player.
All right, you go.
Who was most outstanding player?
You go, bro. Everybody know Paige got them there. Who? They would not if Paige was not doing what Paige was doing. They would not have been there.
That's like saying if Ozzie Fudd wasn't doing what she was doing. They wouldn't get there. Sarah Strong.
No, they would have got there without. They would have got there without.
No, not without.
I don't know if they would have won, but they would have got there. Paige would have put it on their back.
Well, why she didn't do it before?
What do you mean? Why didn't she do it? Yes, she been in the national championship before. When she won Player of the Year as a freshman, fully healthy, she took them to the national championship. Then she went to the Final Four the other year, and the majority of her team was on the bench in street clothes. What are you talking about? And then the other year, she was hurt.
That's her first championship.
That's her first championship winning. They've been there before. I just said, I don't know if they would have won without them other girls, but they would have got there without them other girls. She have shown that she can get them there without them other girls.
Saying UConn don't got, just have one player is just not true.
Nobody's saying one player. Yes, no player in the national championship, no player in this Final Four, no player in the Elite Eight has one. No team in the Elite Eight has one player. Nobody's saying that. But there is a vast... Bro, I hate niggas, boy. I hate y'all when y'all get in front of these cameras and start talking nonsense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying there's one player on the team that's doing everything. But there is a player on the team that is vastly, yeah. And you know what I'm saying. So why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Even the girls on the team say that. What are you talking about? They said, boy, when Paige in her zone, boy, ain't nobody. What are you talking about?
That's what teammates supposed to say. What are you talking about?
But they don't say that about everybody.
They say that about Sarah Strong and Ozzie Fudd.
No.
Yes, they do.
Sarah Strong and Ozzie, it's AZ Fudd. First of all, I keep saying Ozzie with you. It's AZ Fudd, and listen, I've been talking about them. What are you talking about? I talked about when Sarah Strong first went there. I was like, oh yeah, she gonna be a problem. I seen that in high school. AZ Fudd, I watched her when she was on the little documentary for Overtime in high school. What are you talking about? I've been on these. Look, I'm not defending myself against you and UConn. You go talk about LSU. What LSU doing? They in Bahamas by now. Where they at?
They should.
1, 2, 3, Barbados. Where they at?
They really should have won.
Yeah, all right. I told you what it was gonna be.
I told you Flodry was in her zone for real. You know how you was just talking about when Paige in her zone. Flodry was in her zone, but we had some other people out there taking shots and not giving Flodry the rock, but we needed to. Yeah.
Whatever.
It blew the game. I mean, hey, UConn won. I ain't gonna take it away from him.
UConn won. Florida won.
I knew when Juju got hurt. You feel me? It was.
And your brother called me at like I forgot what time. First, and quit saying that, bro. Respectfully to Juju, they was packed up against you.
No, they were. Juju was gonna beat UConn. This was her year. This was her year.
They was packed up.
This was her year for sure.
They better no.
This was her year.
No, it was not.
Yeah, this was her year.
That USC team was
better than Paige.
That USC team was not
man, Juju was gonna get there. I'm be real.
No.
Them girls.
She was gonna get knocked out of the Elite Eight again, and
USC only lost by like what 8 against UConn.
Come back. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That does matter, Juju.
No, it doesn't.
Come on.
Like the UConn that was playing in the tournament and the UConn that played them ain't the same UConn. They was gonna run them girls up out of there, respectfully.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they was.
Why they ain't run them out of there then?
Bro, that game was over. What are you talking about? That game was over. Their game was over with 8 minutes left in the fourth. What are you talking about? That game was over. That game was over. I don't even think Paige played the last 5 minutes of the game. They pulled them out. AZ Flood, all of them. They pulled them out early. What are you talking about? That game was over with. I don't know what the final score was, but that game was over with. It was packed up, done. We getting ready for the next round. nobody was trying no more. Kiki and them they already had their lip poked and it was getting ready for the WNBA. What are you talking about? And the other girls that's just jumped in the transfer portal, which boy they is in the transfer portal. The other girls, they lost 2 of their 3 freshmen from last year that was doing what they was doing. They out of there. They said Juju hurt, out of there. Yeah, it's gonna be spooky, huh?
It don't matter. They had Juju Watkins.
But Juju ain't go. We already talked about this, but she probably won't play until at best February. At best, that's at best. You probably won't see her next year.
We're gonna see Juju next year. You crazy?
Probably not, bro. If she don't play until at best February, like, yeah, they probably ain't gonna be like, bro, no.
We're gonna see her.
They gonna say, come back next year.
No, they not.
Yes, they is.
She come back in the tournament, make a crazy run.
She is not coming back in the tournament without playing none at all in the regular. Man, stop it. Stop it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Watkins. It's Juju Watkins. Juju.
I mean, she might, but I doubt it. I don't think people around are gonna be like, bro, it's not worth like you just coming out there and nah. Just come back the next year and be on a tear. Simple as that. Come out for your final season. Be on a tear. Who else? Oh, the South Carolina that went and got the #1 scorer out of the portal. Quit. Ain't playing with them. Oh, we couldn't score? Okay, let's go get the #1 scorer. Tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
They needed that.
Tough. That was their problem against UConn because they played good defense.
Yeah.
They just couldn't put the ball in the hoop for nothing. I mean, nothing. They
getting whooped like that in the championship.
Malaysia and everybody's talking about Malaysia might transfer. Man, she was playing like buns in the championship. I don't know what was up with her. Yeah, but yeah, I think they're going to come back. They're going to come back tough. That's going to be a tough team next year. You go and get the girl from FSU that's been averaging 20 since her freshman year.
And don't they got the #1 player committed to them?
They got the #1 big. I don't think she's the #1 player. But she was getting buckets in all the McDonald's game, getting tough buckets. I think she's a top 5 player. I don't know what number she is, but she's number 1 big. And you know they was lacking that big. They got her coming in. They got a couple of them younger girls that's gonna be a little bit older. And then you can add the number 1 player. I'm sure they probably gonna add one more. Cause they lost Tahina, Pow. They lost Bree Hall and Sanaa Fagan. And I think everybody else besides, I think one of the bigs transferred or in the transfer portal, but she ain't playing anyway. So
and she is a senior.
Yeah. So she was the JUCO player that they have got, and so she gonna go play somewhere else. But so yeah, I mean they gonna be spooky next year. Who else gonna be tough? Which USC do got one girl that's gonna be nice, freshman that's coming in. She gonna be nice, but I don't see too much without Juju. UConn, they gonna be nice. AZ coming back. Who else?
LSU gonna be nice.
They should be.
They got a nice recruiting class coming in.
They should be nice.
And
they had a nice recruiting class last year too.
Oh no! This year, this class is better than next year. I mean, last year that's coming in.
I hear you. They should be nice. I agree with you. They got Flage coming back, Michaela. They should be nice, but we gonna see. Nobody really off the top of my head. I don't know what Notre Dame gonna do. They ain't got nothing but Hannah. Literally, everybody else either graduated or lived here. She got in the transfer portal.
I told you.
And a bunch of freshmen got in the transfer portal too, or younger players.
Them anyway, I did not believe in them.
Yeah, you're a hater, man. Hannah says she's standing 10 toes, man.
She really wants Olivia.
NC State lost a lot of players too. Graduation.
Yeah, their time is done.
They got a couple young pieces.
They gonna fall off.
I think Louisville might be nice next year. Carolina might be nice next year. Carolina, I think most of their pieces coming back, and they added a couple freshmen that's supposed to be alright. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with that. Duke gonna be nice again next year. I think most of their players.
You think so?
Too. I think majority of their players coming back. So they get an extra year, especially that lone white girl they got down there. She get another year, and they bring in some pieces. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. It's interesting. On the guy side, you never know because they got one and done. So
yeah, it's way different. It's way different than the girls. The girls, you can kind of guess their rosters. Yeah.
The guys, you can't guess none of their rosters. They either in the transfer portal or going to the NBA.
Going to the league. The girls don't be rushing to go to the league.
No, at all. At all. All of them is coming back.
But
it's because they won. They make more money in college, and they trying to figure out the CBA, the new CBA. So until they figure that out, why am I rushing the WNBA? I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and figure that out.
Yeah.
Raise the prices, and then I come in. You feel me? Which is why Olivia Miles took another year. Flage came back. Like all of these girls, if that was the guy side, none of them would have came back. Because it's you make way more money in the NBA, but yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting. Anything else with that? Not really, huh?
The WNBA draft now is kind of weak.
The WNBA draft.
A lot of the heavy hitters they returning. Like you say, Olivia Miles was number 2.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's still players in it. It's just not the big names. Because I think there's going to be, just like the girl that played with Caitlin Clark, what was her name? That
Kate Martin.
Yeah, I was saying in college, I was like, man, she had more touches. She dumb nice, but she just got outshadowed by Caitlin Clark. But when she got drafted, the Aces was like, hey, okay, we got some. And now she's on Valkyrie, the expansion team. Mm-hmm. So she gonna, she gonna take it. She gonna do what she do. I think it's a couple pieces that's gonna be in there. Like they still got Kiki that I think is going to the WNBA draft from USC. Obviously you got Paige. Who else? From teams.
Yeah, Haley Van Lith.
Oh yeah, Haley. I think she's gonna benefit the most from all these girls not going because she's sliding up the board. Her problem is like when it get tough, she struggles a little bit. She plays hard, but she struggles to do what she be doing, like scoring and all of that. Like she be struggling, so it's gonna be a little time. But once she figures it out, I think she's gonna be a problem. And I want to see her in the 3-on-3, the unrivaled. I think she's gonna kill in that. I think she'll kill in that.
Yeah,
I think she'll kill because that's gonna give her space to do all that crap that she be wanting to do.
That's what she do anyway. She's 3v3 for the Olympics.
Yeah. So I think she'll kill in that. Who else? I can't think of nobody else top of my head. I have to look at the draft board, but I think it's a few pieces. Let me see. WNBA draft board real quick. Let me see. WNBA draft board. I'm gonna do my mock draft. What? Shoot, it's coming around the corner. I'm gonna do my mock draft.
Yeah. Shoot, next month, them girls play the championship. They in the draft next month.
Shoot, they in the draft next week. Mm. Yeah, I think it's like this. What day is the draft? The draft is. What day is the Jaguar draft? I just saw it not that long ago. It's in April though. I do know that.
And the league might start in May.
Yeah, I think the first games is in May. Let me see. WNBA key. Oh shoot. WNBA key days. Alright. Their draft is the 14th. So in 4 days. Training camp begins on the 27th. The regular season starts the 16th.
Quick turnaround.
Hey boy, they don't play. But the draft board. They got some girl from overseas, Sonia Citron. I think she's gonna be big for somebody. Georgia Amore, the point guard, Kentucky, Anissa Morrow, Tina Pau, Sinai Rivers. That girl from Alabama that put like 50 on in the tournament. I don't know if you saw her, but Sarah Ashley Barker.
Mm-hmm.
She put up like 50 in the tournament. I can't remember how much she put up, but she broke the school record in the last game. She went crazy. The other girl that played with Haley Van Lith, the Prince girl, Sedona Prince. Yeah, it ain't as many stars. The next couple drafts, though, boy. Because what? I think next year's going to have a lot of pieces, but the draft after that, Juju, Hannah, all of them girls, oh my lord. That's the draft that's going to change it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's going to be such an influx of players. Because most of the years, at least from what I see in the WNBA, is there's a few players that make it and last, but it ain't like a lot. So like a lot of the older players can still hang around and do it. But you add, all right, there's a couple players that's gonna make it from this draft, like for sure. That's gonna change a lot of stuff over there. Then you got next draft that's gonna have even more. That draft after that, all y'all ones that was that were for, hey, move around. Move around. Like, it's literally like, because these last 4 years, or when that comes up, the past 4 years, like from the Caitlin Clark draft to the Juju and them draft, they gonna be running the league. They gonna be running the league from just from a name or just like the star power, significantly more star power. Most of them girls is more known now in college than a lot of them girls in the NBA. From the way they play, like that, it's gonna be up. It's gonna be. It's a few of them that I think is gonna hang around for another good while. Like, I think Asia Wilson's still gonna be around because her game is for her to be that big and move that way and can shoot the rock like that. Yeah, she gonna be around. A couple of the other ones, like they gonna be around just because you know experience and stuff like that. But a lot of them, pack it up. Pack it up. Like, it's over with. It's over with. But yeah, man. That's it. That's it on my sports. My sports, at least for now, that I know of. My sports rant. I just had to tell you about Florida that you talked me out of.
There's some more sports stuff we gotta talk about too, because there's some stuff. The NBA playoffs about to start.
Oh yeah.
NFL
we'll
draft.
Chat about that.
Well, can I introduce the folks first?
For sure.
You get on your little rants and stuff. Man. We won't even be saying
bro,
what's up.
Man, listen, we about to introduce, man. What episode is it? Let me see if you remember.
What is this, 14?
Yeah, there we go. We go. Episode 14 of the post. That good old post. Put your finger on it. You feel me? How you been doing, man? You good?
I'm good. I'm blessed.
You good? You got your Hornets hat on, man? Are they in the playoffs?
Nah, we on that capture the flag.
Oh, okay.
Capture the flag. We in that race.
Okay.
We in that race.
Hey, if y'all catching that motherfucker, you might be alright.
Yeah,
him and Melo? Oh yeah.
Come on,
you might have something. You might have something, boy.
We in that capture the flag.
But yeah, man, this is Outside the Post episode 14, and yeah, boy, it's April. Cause this is our first one in April, right? Yeah, April, boy. Time is flying. Time is flying, man. It's your boy Q, though, man. Listen, I throw the red and pink for him today, man. It's beautiful outside. It's beautiful outside. It's been pretty nice the last few days. It was a little chilly yesterday, though.
It was windy. But I guess the weather here be different than there. I ain't gonna lie, it rained all day. I think Monday. Maybe Tuesday?
It rained. It didn't rain all day. It rained like late in the day, like that night. At night it poured down. It poured down at night. But during the day it was alright. But I guess it might have been like a slow moving storm or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, man, it's nice weather out there right now. Nice weather. It's a little chilly, but it's supposed to warm up since I've been out there. What else we got? Yeah, man, you know, still moving around, shaking and jiving. What you been up to?
Man, I've just been getting my life together, man. You know, got some. The summer, I got a big summer ahead of me, man.
Yeah, clear. You got a big day coming up.
Come on, man. It's about to be a quarter century, man.
Hey.
So,
there you go.
Been getting my stuff together, man.
There you go.
Shucking and moving and jiving, you know, man.
Yeah.
Doing what I gotta do. Holding it down. I had a cookout for the folks. What was it? What, last week?
Boy, don't start this again. You can't cook, man.
Hey, there's some folks who gonna see this. They can vouch. They can vouch for me. Like they can vouch for me.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Let's
not even get into that. Man. It's your boy Kid, man. We locked in. And we ready to go. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm sure we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just say stuff, and yeah, man. Let's get into the show. It's your boy to my right, Mister. I don't even like me saying Mr. Smith because you be on a lot of bullshit lately, man.
What?
A lot of bullshit. Mr. Smith feels like when you first started the Mr. Smith, I felt like it was a good upstanding citizen, man. Like outstanding.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's been you lately.
Wow.
But that shit, man, we can get in that later. Wow. Man, it's your boy, Scummy of the Scums, Mr. Smith, the brother Muhammad over there.
Wow.
What you got to tell the people, man? Mr. Capture the Flag, what's up?
First off, I am an outstanding citizen. First off.
Everybody say that.
I've been doing my thing for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. But shout out to the folks, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know it's your boy, Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, the folks, they've been seeing me. I don't know about you. They don't know what you be on. But they be seeing me. They be seeing me.
I be talking to the folks.
They be seeing me.
I be talking to the folks. What do you mean?
They be like, yeah. Oh, he doing his thing. Oh, he's an outstanding citizen. That's what they be saying. Yeah.
Ain't nobody. I ain't never heard that before.
I never heard that before. Citizen. I heard that 3 times last week.
Man, 3 people done lied to you. It's bad that people lie like that. Just straight to somebody's face.
Wow.
Let's talk about that. Do you think people should lie the way that they do? Cause it be people that just lie about anything.
I feel like I don't think they lying. I feel like they telling their opinion of me. Your opinion may be different, but their opinion don't gotta be your opinion for it to be the truth.
Okay. Let's take it off of you. What do you think of just people that just lie to people's face for no reason? Cause we all know, that just be around lying for it's like you ain't even have to lie about that. It ain't even matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think of those people?
I don't like that, man. I think lying is disrespectful. I feel like if you can't tell somebody the truth, I know some situations it's a difference from not telling the full story versus just telling a fib,
Yeah, and I ain't even talking about where you just withholding some information,
right?
Or whatever.
You mean just flat out lying.
But just flat out, you do it, you telling somebody you went to CVS where they daggone saw you walking Walgreens. What, bro? Ain't nobody care. Why are you telling? Oh yeah, I went over there to such and such. I was in there shopping and doing this. It's bro. Nigga, we seen you, we know that ain't you. Come on, man.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. I don't know what they get out. These folks get out here and just start telling stories.
They just be telling, but stuff that don't even make no sense. It's you ain't gotta do that. I was just saying, what's up? How you doing? And you just telling me all that for what?
You be getting up here lying too, though. Sometimes.
What I be lying with? Call me up.
Don't get on the sports takes. I'm not even gonna mention that because you be wishy washy on these sports takes, and then you act like you didn't even say nothing. But you be up here lying about these sports.
Give me an example of what I lied about.
You trying to say you say you didn't have Notre Dame in your 4.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
Oh,
I did not say.
Gosh.
I said Notre Dame was one of my picks, yes, but I was not as bought in on them as the other 3.
I just said you said you had Notre Dame as one of your 4. You just said you didn't say that.
No, I said I did not. I did not lie about that. I said that when we was talking about it. I said Notre Dame was one of my 4. I did not lie about that. I said Notre Dame was one of my 4, but I said the other 3. I said for sure was going to be there, and those were the 3 that was there. I said that before. Like, I was like, bro, them are the 3 that's going to be there. Notre Dame, I'm picking them because I like them over over the other teams, but I'm not locked in on them as much as the other 3. The other 3, I don't care. I would have put money on the other 3. I would not put money on Notre Dame. That's how I felt about it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I said about the other one. So you can't say I lied about it. Like, I didn't say that they weren't in my 4. I said that they was. I said those 3 that was locked in, and that one was it was a coin flip, and I flipped on Notre Dame.
Look, man, you don't gotta lie to me. You don't gotta explain.
Ain't nobody lying. Ain't nobody lying. Anybody can go back and look at the conversation.
It's all good. I'm just saying, you gonna get up here and make a story. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever.
You gonna get up here and make a story, man.
I ain't even gonna get started on you.
Your opinions be crazy too. On some of these topics we be talking about, like
that's your opinion, but we ain't saying opinions. You can't say somebody's opinion is lying.
Cause you
it's
be out
opinion.
Here.
Your opinion is different.
I was trying to tell you.
I be
about
saying
these
your
tariffs.
thing is different too.
I was trying to tell you about these tariffs.
What you tell me about the tariffs?
I told you these tariffs. We was getting into it with China. I told you it might grow into something.
Said, yeah.
Oh, you was like, I don't think it's gonna grow into nothing. Like
I said that about Canada.
It's just bluffing.
That's
what you said about all of it. That's what you said about all of it. So what you say about
we literally there.
China?
If anybody goes to the YouTube channel, type in USA versus Canada topic, and it will pop up. We literally was talking about Canada, and then we brought up Mexico. We was not talking about China in that conversation.
No, we talked about China before then.
But I did not say, oh, it ain't gonna turn into. I said, bro, we been at war with China.
No.
Yes, I did. Why would I say that we ain't at war? I said yes, it could get like that with China.
But
because then we start talking about. Then we start talking about the. But they was already getting tariff. I said they added more tariff. They been tariff in China. China had 100% tariff with Joe Biden. What are you talking about? They been tariff in China. This ain't new.
It is new.
No, they been tariff in China.
You see, it's the way that it's affecting us that is new.
What way is it affecting us?
Where the imported stuff, like prices went up.
Bro, prices go up every year.
But they don't go up like this though. Like,
bro,
there was one company. They they imported goods. They used to spend about $26,000 a month, on their imports.
They done skyrocket.
At midnight yesterday, that 28,000 or whatever, it jumped up to like 364,000.
Okay.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
And how you think that's going to affect? Now that's their expense. So now, they got to make some revenue so they can net profit. How you think that's going to affect us as a consumer?
Well, I don't think that business is probably going to last too long if they can't afford to figure out, because ain't nobody going to pay. Very few products somebody going to pay an extra 300 and something percent. Or I think that's more than 3. What you said, 26 to 300 and something thousand? Yeah. So no consumer is going to go up from whatever their number, unless they was just eating off of a massive profit margin. I don't know what their price of their actual product, but if they're going to go up as much as that they're paying more for, and assuming that it's not more quantity, it's the same amount of quantity, that's a massive extra percentage. So either they got to find a new supplier, or they're going to go out of business, because they can't. Ain't nobody about to pay an extra 600, 700%, whatever that crazy number is that you just said. That sounds like 1,000%. Like ain't nobody gonna pay that much more unless they were just eating off a large profit margin and their profit margin just shrink. But then they got to restructure the whole business, which that's going into a lot. But anyways, they're going to have to either make a decision of switching places where they get their stuff from, or something else, because that ain't gonna go. But that's what a lot of businesses have been deciding. I think what is the company? One of the car companies, they it was like one of the fancier car companies, but they make engines for like the military stuff. It's either Rolls Royce or I think it's Rolls Royce, but whichever one that makes the engines for like the military stuff, they already said like we already got places or factories in the United States. We just gonna up our stuff within the United States to make more of our stuff to like to change the cost of things. And then other companies have been making the same decision and stuff like that, or going in and building different factories within the United States or places that they think that is going to be a friendlier tariff than over in China or some of these other places. And that's just what it's going to have to be like. And yes, it's going to be an uptick, but the reality of the situation, and this is how I see it, the United States, one of two things was going to happen. Either we wasn't going to do any of this, and where we weren't going to change anything, which is what the other administration said, that they was going to kind of keep going on the same path that we was on, and eventually it was going to bust. And we've seen what that has done to the United States in the past, where the market is just crashed and everything went down because of bad spending habits within either the government or banks or a combination of the two. And we was going to be in bad shape, because if anybody that pays attention to economics, we've been in a very bad state of a government over the last couple decades. Like, just it's been getting worse and worse and worse with all these wars and just the government spending habits. Or we was going to have to change something. Now, whether you agree with what Trump is doing or not, it's a change. Now, what is the long-term effect of that change? I can't sit here and tell you. But something was going to have to change, because it was either our economy was going to bust, or we're going to have to squeeze a little bit, and people going to feel it, of course. But you was going to feel it either way. It was either going to be a prolonged one, or it was going to be you feeling it, like you said, like people's bills are going to be going higher. Now, can people sustain that? I don't know. Like, I don't know how long it's going to last. And that's what my thing was with the tariffs. I don't know what the length of these tariffs and what the long-term effect of these things are going to be. And shoot, it changed that quick. It's a 90-day break on it now for all countries except China. So they're saying, hey, we don't want to deal with China, which I think we talked about that when we was talking about with Canada. I literally said, I think they're trying to figure out how we deal with China and not allow them to continue getting away with all the stuff that they're getting away with. Or I ain't going to say getting away with, but controlling our economy. Because if you buy everything from a place, they control what you can do with it. Like, if you're making a car and you buy everything from over here, they make all your parts of the car. Well, shoot, you can't make the car unless they say it. You feel me? Like, so at the end of the day, something was going to have to change. And now how he's going about it and the rate of speed that they're going about it, that's a whole different conversation. But something has to change, or we're just going to prolong it until eventually our economy can't handle it and we're just in so much massive debt, which honestly, if we ain't had the military that we had, they was gonna be knocking at our door anyway. Like, no other country could have got away with the crap that we got away with, as far as a debt and paying off some of the bills that we had. Like, imagine if you got bills and you just keep going, hey, I need a bigger loan on this. I need a bigger loan on this. You gotta have a big stick to be able to come up to somebody's door and keep saying, give me a bigger loan. Like, you feel me? So,
but at the same time, we go and knock at a few people's doors on some stuff that some people owe us. So it's
because we got the big stick.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like if we didn't have the military that we had, it would be looking a lot different in the U.S. You feel me? Like, you know, like.
But man, it's not looking good, Q. It's not looking good.
It wasn't looking good before.
We're heading into a recession, Q.
We already been in. They've been talking about it. I think we already been in recession for the last couple of years. They just ain't called it a recession. But if you look at, if you literally look at like or listen to the economists, they've said that we've been in a very similar situation of all the other recessions for the last couple of years. They just haven't physically said. They just haven't verbally said that we've been in a recession. One, because they printed a bunch of money, but two, there was a couple years ago banks were failing. Like, we've been in a very, very bad situation financially in the United States for a while. Like, yes, they printed money to cover it up and bailed out some of these places, but we ain't been in a good situation. Like, and that's my whole thing. Like, it hasn't been a good situation. They've been kind of masking it, but
I think you looking at it from a government standpoint. I think as consumers.
No, I understand. I'm a consumer. I understand the consumer experience. So that's why I'm not like necessarily just harping on that. Like, bro, yes, prices is going up. Prices gonna go up regardless, but prices is going up. It's hard. I understand that. Trust me, I understand that. But it was going to happen either way. Like, I'm just not oblivious to that fact. Like, it was going to happen whether we did these tariffs or not. Something was going to happen. That's where I'm coming from. It's just I didn't think that we was just going to keep being able to print money and keep going and getting these loans forever. Eventually, somebody was like, nah. No. Eventually, China was going to invade Taiwan, like what they trying to do right now. They got stuff going on over there right now where they're cutting off military ships and stuff like that. Eventually, they're going to do some of that stuff. They go over there and do some of that stuff. You think stuff going up now? If you can't get chips, everything going up. Because everything that we using right now got a chip in. Now, all of those chips ain't necessarily made over there, but majority of the chips is made over there. So that's why they went and got the Taiwan deal so they can start building in the U.S., gave them all this land, blah, 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 blah. But all this stuff, I felt like it was more of a win than if it was going to happen. Like, I think a lot of this stuff was going to happen anyway. Now, it was going to look differently depending on who was in office and when it happened and stuff. But I think a lot of this stuff, like the prices increase and the economy, like, all this stuff was on a trend anyway. Like, that's just my opinion. But what you think?
I mean, the economy is a cycle, so it's not to say that we weren't, going to go through a recession, and like the market resets itself. So like the stock market, like that crashing and stuff, it's not like those aren't major deals, like they never happened before. But where I think the difference, I guess you could say, where I think that is where us as consumers and then businesses, because you can look at this from a corporation or large scale, or you can do, like, if it's affecting them, imagine how it's affecting the small businesses.
I disagree with that though, but go ahead. I'll let you go.
So if it's getting harder and more expensive to them, like you just said, they either gonna have to rethink the business plan, or they won't be in business long. And not everybody has the resources and flexibility to just fix the business plan into something that's more sustainable. Like, some people, they just operate how they gotta operate, and they gotta get by like that. And then if it don't work, they out of business.
So the part I disagree is the corporations and the small businesses. I think when corporations are thriving, small businesses take the brunt of it, because as you can see, there was a time where there was a lot of big corporations that was popping up, and that was part of policies and banks giving out pretty much 0% loans and stuff like that, and they were growing at a rapid rate, and they were buying out a lot of the small businesses and taking over markets and stuff like that, where the small businesses were decreasing. Now they're talking about the small businesses are increasing, and I think that's because of a small business can pivot way quicker than a big business. And the big businesses are feeling the brunt of, dang, we got millions and millions and millions of dollars coming from our deal that we got over there in China or wherever. And now we got to figure out how to make millions and millions of products or whatever, services or whatever, over here or over there. That takes time and that takes thing, and so and resources and money. So that's going to take a bigger hit on let's say, for instance, a massive bike company or something. Let's just say a bike company, a massive bike company that's made that makes all their stuff from like stuff that they get from China, versus a local bike company like we got down the street. Shoot, they could go get their stuff from anywhere and start putting them things together, because they put it together in the building that they got right off of what's that, Kurt, off of Kurt Ave. You feel me? Like, so those businesses, that small business is going to be able to thrive more, because one, the big company now prices got to rise a lot more, and shoot, we only had 100 bikes in here anyway. Shoot, our next 100 we can just order from somewhere else, and now our prices can stay similar to where they already was, and now we eating up that market share, and now our business can grow. And I think that's why I don't know the statistics on this right now, but I just saw a video of this they call themselves like an independent journalist or whatever, but they talk about like economics and stuff, and they're talking about the rise of small businesses again. There's a lot more small businesses and that have applied over the last year or two. So I'm interested in seeing like the numbers that come out from how many new small businesses are coming out because of these situations. Because all the recessions, that's when people make the most money, because new businesses come out and people get creative on the ways that they make money, because it's a squeeze in the economy. You know, obviously there's a downfall to it as well, but there's an upside to it. You know, people that get out there and get to it and are able to adapt, they rise. The people that can't, they fail. And which is why a lot of people don't like when they bail out these big, massive corporations, because it's like, you just spent all that money bailing them out. You should let them, to a certain extent, some of them needs to fail. You know, like some of these big corporations, like when they bailed out like all the car companies and stuff, they should have let some of them fail. Because I'm sure there would have been a new car company that came and took its place. Just like you said, the market is going to balance itself out. So if there's a need in the market, somebody's going to figure that market out. But you shouldn't bail out big corporations that aren't willing to adapt, or were too stuck in their ways, or whatever the case may be. And now you just bailing them out for what? But yeah,
I think that it's a domino effect. Like if prices go up for these corporations and stuff, like it's gonna be harder for the small businesses to get resources. So like imagine a local t-shirt company,
yeah.
A local t-shirt company. It's going to be more expensive for them to get more t-shirts in, even if they make the t-shirts themselves, like the designs and stuff. Them base t-shirts
don't come. They don't mean they come from. The difference is let's say Nike, for instance. I don't know where Nike gets most of their tip, but for a long time they was getting in China. Maybe they're doing India now, or whatever. If they're ordering $100 million worth of t-shirts constantly, Let's say every single year, $100 million worth of T-shirts comes from China. It is hard to get another supplier to do that in another place at the drop of a dime. That's difficult. That's very difficult. Versus a local T-shirt company, let's say they order 10,000 T-shirts a year. They can go get that 10,000 T-shirts from any manufacturer. There's manufacturers in the United States that do T-shirts. There's manufacturers anywhere that does T-shirts. There's a lot of companies that they literally, their brand is made in America. Like they do.
It's not the fact that they can't get it from somewhere. It's going to be more. It's not. It's just not going to be a flip, or they're going to be.
If you're already made in America, this tariffs don't affect you. It doesn't affect you.
Supply and demand, key. Supply and demand.
Yes, supply and demand. The Nike ain't just moving all their stuff to America to get their stuff manufactured. That takes time. Once again, it's a time thing. So yes, it's going to. Will there be a price increase eventually? Yes, but we've been seeing price increases for our entire life. A McDonald's burger used to be $1, and well before these tariffs and stuff came out, you walk in McDonald's, they ain't even $1 menu in McDonald's no more. So there's been price increases throughout our entire life. What I'm saying is a small business is not going to be affected the same way a commercial business or a big business is, just because they have more ability and willingness to make moves instantly versus a massive company that they might not be able to make a move for the next 6 months because they got to build a new factory or they got to negotiate with a dealer that can actually do it. Like these massive corporations have to be able to have somebody that can do the numbers that they're trying to do. So we can't leave China until we can get out of here. You feel me? Like until we got somewhere that can hold this amount of volume. Versus the local companies, bro. A local T-shirt company can, if you selling 100 T-shirts a week or whatever, bro, you can go get that. Your next month order, you can go get that from anywhere. And maybe it's a small increase, but it's nothing like the massive one that is gonna hit when they got 100 and whatever % tariff on whatever they got going over there. That's what I'm saying. Like, sure.
I mean, it's not the. What I said was that the hit isn't going to be the same. It's literally that it's going to affect. It's going to affect everyone. Like you are acting like. You trying to make it seem like them small businesses gonna be straight. They could just switch over. Ain't no problem. They ain't gonna have key. If that manufacturer in the United States is booming because all these people can't get their products from where they used to, their prices is going up, and it's gonna be harder to get the supply they need.
But if we've been working with a business for a long period of time, we either got a contract with them or they're going to. Most businesses. Now, most businesses that I've seen, if they've had somebody that's been working with them for an extended period of time, they're not going to tax them like the new customer that comes in the door. They're going to be like, all right, we've been working with y'all for this and this is what the price is going to be. Now, yes, they might be like, all right, we got an uptick or whatever, but we're not going to charge them the extra 10% that we're going to charge the new person that walk in. Like, if you walk into a T-shirt company, they might say, all right, we're going to charge you $25 a shirt. Versus the person that been working with them when it was $15 a shirt, yeah, we might charge you 17, 18 bucks, but they ain't gonna charge them the same thing that you did just because you walked in the door. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think they're gonna take as big of a hit as the other ones. Like,
I mean, the same way you trying to say these local people have contracts, like corporations have contracts.
Okay, and you just told me a big corporation or a business in your thing just went from 26,300 something.
Because obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay.
Anyway, Keith, be real. You've had some really outrageous takes on.
That's an outrageous take.
I'm not gonna say it's outrageous. I just think you downplay. I just think you downplay.
Small businesses thrive in bad economies. That's a fact. Go look at history. Small businesses thrive.
I'm not saying it's not, but at the same time, I think you downplay the. I think you downplay like how the economy is actually affected by these different, political events.
I can get up here and cry about the economy all day long. If that's what you want me to do, I can do that. Or we can have a conversation. We can have a conversation about what can happen and the other possibilities that people aren't talking about.
But, I can sit up here and say, it's not about crying. It's about being realistic.
Trump did the tariffs, and bro, our economy is fucked.
It's just about being realistic. Just
we
like
ain't gonna be able to buy eggs. We ain't gonna be able to buy a
just
t-shirt.
Like
we ain't
with
gonna be able
Mexico
to buy,
and Canada,
we ain't gonna get no more cars.
You try to sweep that under the rug.
We ain't gonna get no more cars. We ain't. Bro, the maple syrup in Canada about to be $1,000. Even though I just bought maple syrup, but that's gonna be $1,000 now, man. Like we ain't gonna be able to throw out no more, bro. Like it's just, or I could say, just like you just said, the market resets itself eventually. There's always going to be a cycle. If people just open their book and read some history, or shoot, they got videos about it now. The economy goes through these different cycles. This isn't the first person that has done tariffs in this country. It ain't going to be the last person. This is not the first time the economy took a big hit. It ain't gonna be the last time the economy take a big hit. We've seen the cycles over and over and over again. Shoot, in our lifetime, we've seen arguably 2 or 3 cycles, but for sure we've seen one big one in 2008, and where the economy bust. Bunch of big corporations failed, and guess what? A bunch of small corporations came up and took over markets where the big corporations was failing at. The government went and bailed out some of the big corporations, and we've seen the same cycle go over and over and over again. So it's not something new. I'm not saying you just my opinion. I'm telling you what has happened in the past. Now you could
there's a lot of factors inside of that I think you're leaving out, especially who was in office and the leadership. Like, I think Obama administration had a big effect on the 2008 recession and how we recovered from that and how the economy bounced back. We are not under the Obama administration anymore.
And that's where I disagree with a lot of people, because they just think that a president is the be all end all be all.
I said the administration.
I think that the United States is a multi-trillion-dollar corporation. They're not just letting the thing just go to shits because one person is in office and put a couple people in place. I just disagree with that. But maybe I'm off about it. I know billion-dollar corporations that ain't letting people just come in, one CEO come in and just let everything go to crap. Let alone a multi-trillion-dollar corporation. But hey. Well, for now on, I'm just gonna get up here and say Trump is the worst person, and our economy is gonna take a hit, and we won't be able to recover from it. That's my stance from it from now on. What else you got?
Man, the playoffs is about to start. I believe there's 2 games left in the NBA. I believe it's just 1 game actually. So playoffs are about to start. You could count the playing teams, but I think it's a little different in college. Who you got? Let's just do our Final Four for basketball.
The Final Four for basketball, so the conference championship?
Yeah, and then who you got as the winner, because we don't know plans and matchups, let's just pick who you got, the 2 coming from each side.
I haven't watched a ton of NBA, but on the East, I'm gonna go with the top 2 teams, because I think they've proven over and over again, and it's tough seeing any other team wins a 7-game series against either one of those teams. So I'm gonna go Cavs, Boston.
So Cleveland has proved over and over again?
No, I said the other teams I don't think will be able to win a 7-game series.
Orlando took Cleveland to 7 games last year. Orlando.
This is not the same. Like,
The
Are
same
we talking about
Cleveland
this
team.
year? Are we talking about this year? Or are we talking about last year?
This is the same Cleveland team.
Are we talking about this year? Or are we talking about last year?
Okay, I'm gonna let you go ahead and pick your.
Because we know people get better, teams evolve. So yes, they could have went to 7 games last year, and this year they can sweep them. And even if they go to 7 games, I don't see them winning the 7 games. I got Boston Celtics and Cleveland Cavaliers in the East. Who you got? Since you want to chat about whatever, who you got in the East? Chatty bit patty.
I got Boston.
Don't say Cleveland. Don't say Cleveland.
I'm not gonna say Cleveland.
Yeah,
really,
don't say Cleveland.
Because really, what I really think New York can. They match up well. They match up well with everybody. Now, if they run into Boston sooner, they might not make it. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I think if they run into Cleveland, I think they could.
Who do you got?
Well with Cleveland. I just said Boston and New York.
Okay. Stand on it then.
I just said that.
Stand on it. That's all I'm saying. So you
and
got
out the
Boston,
West?
New York. In the West, I got in the Western Conference Championship, I got OKC versus Lakers.
First off, OKC not making it.
I got OKC versus Lakers. Do they got somebody injured?
No.
Okay. OKC versus Lakers.
OKC.
You'll go.
I got Golden State and I do want to say the Lakers, but Golden State and the Lakers might play a little early depending on seeding.
And I'll take the Lakers.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Don't. I'm asking you who's your West.
Let's see. I'm not gonna pick Memphis. I'm gonna do Golden State and what makes it so tough is that there's a lot of them. There's a lot of teams who like Denver just fired a coach and GM. They're in turmoil right now. I don't feel confident. Like if you'd asked me a week ago, I might would have had them. But I don't feel confident. Memphis, same thing. Just fired a coach. Like and they having like a so-so year, but they right there in contention with everybody else. I don't understand. They was just in the 2 seed last month. Like and I mean they still gonna be in the playoffs. So, but I can't pick them because there's just a lot of turmoil. Let's say Houston. We can go Golden State and Houston.
Golden State. Okay. I want you to stand on it now.
Houston, a sleeper team. I like they got the vets and Fred VanVleet. You know he can get it done. He been there in the positions. Pressure don't scare him. They got some young cats. Jalen Green, Sengun. Sengun really be hooping out there. He really be hooping. It's gonna be hard to bang with him. 7 games. They got defense. Thompson. Them boys like to run. And they got shooters. They can shoot that ball. They can shoot that thing. So it'll be interesting. They got size. Jabari Smith. I think they got a nice squad, man. They got Dylan Brooks out there too, who just defense really. But
I like your Golden State pick, but I think they'll probably run into the Lakers, and I'm picking the Lakers in that matchup, and I think OKC will be able to. I think they'll be able to get a conference championship. I don't know if I'm not a believer in them getting to and winning the championship, but I think they can get to the conference championship. I think they can do that this year. I don't know if they can get to the championship. I don't know if they get to the finals. I don't know. We'll see how we'll spin back on this as we see how they play. But yeah, I think they got enough. I think they got enough to get to the conference championship. You doubting them boys, man. You be doubting people.
Okay.
You be talking about me, but you be doubting people.
And I'd be right. Yeah, I'd be right. It was like I doubted Notre Dame. What happened?
But you doubted Notre Dame late. Like you did that. That was late. When we originally talked about it, bro,
I told you they wasn't making the Final Four.
You was doubting UConn in the beginning.
But I said they was gonna make the Final Four.
You was doubting UConn in the beginning.
I said they was gonna.
And I told you. And what I tell you? What did I tell you?
I ain't think they was gonna win.
What did I tell? What
you
did I
didn't
tell
think
you?
they was gonna win it all,
bro. That's a lie. That's a lie. That you're sitting on this camera lying. We just talked about this. What are you lying for? I literally got proof that I picked them to win. I literally got proof.
You picked them because I picked South Carolina.
No.
You gonna show me a bracket? You had a bracket with South Carolina winning, USC winning.
No.
UConn
My bracket
winning.
that I put on Outside the Scores Instagram. You can go look at it. I put it out on March 21st before before the first round happened. I had UConn Huskies and South Carolina in the championship, and I had them winning. This was my Final Four team. What we talking about? Yeah. I had that before the daggone thing. That was the one I put out. That in the men's side, I had Auburn. That was the reason I switched from Florida to Auburn, because that's the one that I put out, and I said I'm gonna stand on that one. That's it. I'll be knowing what I'm talking about, man. You be up here chatting. Man, what are you talking about? Anything else you want to talk about, man? I want to talk about some video games, because it's been over the last couple of days. I've been watching like this stuff on like some video games and stuff, and I just, man, it's crazy that we're not at like the height of the hype of video games, but I feel like we're in the most lucrative and the most wanted time for video games. Obviously, the pandemic was a one-off because people was locked in their house and stuff like that. But I think more people than ever enjoy playing video games, and it's a common thing like that. It's not like it's looked down upon. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like people play video games like at a high clip, and the video game developers have just laid an egg on their potential. Like, I feel like there could have been some massive developers in studios made in these last couple of years. I think there could have been some massive ones that have came from the ashes. The way that Payday, how they put out Payday, and then they put out Payday 2, and they kind of took off from there. And then they got Payday 3 laying there, and what they do. You feel me? Like, and so many other ones, that we can name. Well, and we ain't got to go into it today, because we about to get out of here. But I just feel like there's so many that have laid the egg. Man. It's just, and it's disappointing because, you know, like, I used to be on a game all the time. Now it's like, bro, I don't even got nothing. I tried to play. I went and played a daggone simulator the other day. The shopping simulator. You ever seen that one?
No, kid.
The grocery shop. Yeah, so I went and played the little grocery shopping simulator thing, man. I had me a little grocery store up and running. You ain't never seen that before?
No.
I gotta look it up. It's fire.
Grocery shopping simulator.
It's the grocery store, man. I got my own grocery store. What are you talking about, man?
Grocery store simulator?
Yes.
No, I ain't.
Bro, you gotta look it up, man. I think it's called shopping simulator or something like that. Something like that. But you gotta look it up. It's fire.
Nah. I just think I don't think as a gaming community there is a niche right now. Like, I feel like a lot of people want a lot of different things in what they look for. So like when you got a game, for example, like Payday. Like Payday doesn't have necessarily a whole lot that they can venture off of based on what their brand is, like what they do on the game.
I don't think that's the issue. I don't think you need everybody to. I think the problem is they're trying to get everybody. I think that's the problem with all of these companies, which I don't want to get into because we about to get out of here. I don't want to get into it, but I think that's the problem with these companies because they're trying. Everybody's trying to appease everybody. Everybody's trying to become these massive games like a GTA. Everybody's not a GTA. Just focus on what you're focused on. Racing games back in the day used to just be racing games. Now you got a whole bunch of other crap that come along with it that ain't got nothing to do with racing in the cars. And I think that's the issue. And I think that has been an issue. And like they haven't focused on, they want to sell you 1,000,001 skins of the game and 1,000,001 different ways to charge you instead of focusing on the actual gameplay of racing. And I don't know. But yeah, man, we gonna spin back. We gonna spin back on that one because I got a lot of opinions on the video game world and really the movie world. The movie world is also. And we didn't get to our superheroes. I'm gonna let you off the hook. We didn't get to our superheroes, so.
You let me off the hook.
I'll let you off the hook because mine's gonna smoke yours anyway, man. But you got anything else to say to the people before we get up out of here, dog?
Oh man, I'm gonna make my trip home this weekend. Check out the little comedy show. You gonna be at the comedy show?
That's on Saturday, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know yet.
Well, this ain't gonna be out before then, knowing you. So I can't even tell the folks. I can't even tell the folks to come to the comedy show because this ain't gonna be out before then.
That's crazy. Tell the folks to come to the comedy show.
If I tell them and then
tell them,
hey, for all the viewers, you know, Union Bethel is hosting a great special event Saturday at 6:30. It will be a comedy show. I do advise that y'all come through.
Tell them how much it is.
Enjoy yourself.
It's $5, isn't it?
It's a $5 donation.
Oh yeah, it's a $5 donation. That's right.
$5 donation to a great cause, but I promise you're gonna be entertained. So if y'all chilling Saturday night, you know, bring a +1 and come enjoy yourself.
And the cause is women's. The women. I can't remember the name of it. But it's a women's group.
If you put this out before Saturday, put the flyer on it so they can see it.
All right.
But yeah, man, I'll be there. So if y'all come say what's up to the Outside of Pulse crew. I mean, I'll let you get a picture, but no flash photography. No, I ain't gonna sign. No autographs. Ain't gonna sign no autographs,
shit.
but. Y'all can come get a picture of the Outside of Pulse crew. Y'all come flick up, say what's up. Let us know. Let us know what you think about the show. Some funny moments. Yeah. You already know, man. Just say what's up, man. But that's all I got, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, man. Do that thing, man. Hit them buttons. Hit them buttons, man. You know, we greatly appreciate it, man. We appreciate the comments and stuff. You know, even though some of y'all be trying to come for some of our necks sometimes. Josh's be definitely you should. Like those be warranted, but y'all be trying to come for my neck sometimes, man. I'll be cooling, man. I'll be cooling.
I really we gonna let it in because I really got some it really bounced back. If we really ought to get into it, I ain't gonna get into it right now. But hey, that's just all I'm gonna say is they took them bots away, and them folks who was hollering about old boy, he not at the top no more.
I don't even know what this man talking about. But we gonna get up out of here, though, man. It was episode 14. I appreciate all y'all. Man, it's Outside the Post. We out of here.